or simply misunderstanding crumbs for love. Yeah. So narcissistic parents are big time into monopolizing, achievements, and they will never, let you have, or let you develop this sense of individual achievement. Yeah, you will never be allowed to feel good, for becoming successful or for achieving things. Yeah, you will never be, lauded, and you will never be, appreciated for the hard work that you have put in. Yeah, these struggles, that you went through. Yeah, you will never be appreciated, and you will never be, validated for all of that. Instead, they are going to steal the show, and they're going to tell you you are successful only because of me. Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about, some of the peculiar behaviors of narcissistic parents that are very damaging for the children. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So in general, narcissistic parents are very damaging for their children, and this is because they don't see their children as, children. I mean, the way how healthy parents do. Narcissistic parents, view their children as source of supply that is created by them. Yeah, who will be there and who will keep serving them. That's it. Who will keep betraying himself or herself and keep prioritizing the narcissistic parents' goals, needs, wants, and desire. So narcissistic parents fail to see their kids the way how healthy parents do. Healthy parents, of course, want their children to grow, be successful, follow their dream, do whatever they want in their life. Healthy parents, know that they have a role to play for a certain period of time. Healthy parents will do the best, they can, and then they will, set their children free. They will, tell you, well son, this is the best I can. Now you have to move on in life. You have to, see what you want to do. My role is over now, let me work and prepare for my old age. Yeah. So healthy parents, set their children free. Healthy parents are not, like parasite who simply, latch onto their children and keep siphoning money, and keep manipulating their children and keep exploiting, emotionally abusing their children. Healthy parents don't do that, because healthy parents know that they have a role to play for some time, and that's it. Now the child can, go ahead and start, his or her own life on his or her own terms, and that's it. Their job is done now. They will focus on their old age and retirement, and that's it. Yeah, things are very simple, and it's very healthy. But when we look at narcissistic families, narcissistic parents, they are just like, parasite. They really don't leave their host, and in this case the host is the child they have created. Yeah, they have created, that child to serve them, and they start conditioning the child. They start manipulating the child from an early age to prioritize them, the narcissistic parent, and keep betraying their own self. And as a result of which, these individuals, I mean these children of narcissistic parents, are unable to develop a sense of self. And as a result of which, they are very tolerant towards disrespect and abuse. They tolerate all of that, because because of this, um, inability to develop a sense of self. These kids, are unaware about self-esteem, self-worth, self-respect. All of these things are alien to these children. Yeah, because they know that their primary goal in life is to please the narcissistic parent, do whatever pleases the narcissistic parent. So they are unaware, and they are unable to develop all of the healthy stuff, and as a result of which, they keep attracting toxicity, they keep attracting abusive individuals and abusive, acts and behaviors, and as a result of which, they keep suffering. Yeah, they are never happy, they never feel safe. They are, somewhere or the other, trapped in that abuse cycle. Either, they are abused in the house, or they are abused at workplace, or they are abused in relationship. They are surrounded by some kind of abuse or the other. But let me tell you, things change for these individuals. I mean, these children of narcissistic parents, the moment they grow up, they start working on themselves. When they have this awareness and when they have this realization that their parents are narcissistic, things change. Yeah. So it's not that they are suffering till eternity. When awareness kicks in, things change. Yeah. And when they start working on their own self, when they start working on their healing, a lot of things changes. They change their circle of friends, they change their surrounding. Some of the individuals who are independent, they go no contact, and life transforms. Yeah. You are only suffering till the time you are with them, or you are in some ways connected to the narcissistic parent. Once you go no contact, slowly all the suffering ends and vanishes. Yeah. And you are just left with a stable, calm, peaceful life. Yeah. A life on your own terms, a life where you can be whoever you want to be, a life where you can enjoy and feel good, a life where you can mingle with those who love you and respect you, a life without manipulation and gaslighting. Yeah. So narcissistic parents are very damaging. And the sooner you have this realization, the sooner you accept the fact that your parent is toxic, and you cannot spend the rest of your life with them. The sooner you have this realization, the sooner you have acceptance that your parents are narcissistic. You have this realization that your life is not with them. Yeah. Your true life will only begin once you are away from them. Yeah. Once you are far away from them. Yeah. Because till the time you're surrounded by them, till the time you are with them, they'll keep on poking their nose, they'll keep on interfering in your thing, they'll keep on invalidating, minimizing, triangulating things, they'll keep on scapegoating you, they will keep on emotionally blackmailing you, they'll keep on giving you silent treatment, withhold love and affection, they will treat you passive aggressively, they will stonewall, they will do all sorts of nasty things. Yeah. So the sooner you have this realization that you're dealing with someone who is built differently, that individual may not be able to give you the healthy stuff. That parent might not be able to treat you the way how healthy parents do. So you automatically have a lot of closure. Yeah. And then you start working on your own self, and you start doing things for your life. Yeah. Earlier, with all that manipulation from an early age, we are in that mode to keep pleasing the narcissistic parent. Our identity is absolutely interlinked with them. Yeah. We are not individuals, we are a part of them. Yeah. So we are made to believe that we cannot survive without them, we are a part of them, and we are nothing without them. Yeah. We are made to believe all of these things. But the moment we start working on ourselves, the moment we start confronting the truth, the moment we start accepting the things the way they are, things change. And all of that lies which we used to believe at one point, it begins to change and fade away. Yeah. So it is very toxic to grow up in such a family. And those individuals who are still connected or in some ways in contact with the narcissistic parent, they really suffer for a longer period of time. So the only way is going no contact. Yeah. Now, coming to the peculiar behaviors of narcissistic parents, that is very damaging for the children. So narcissistic parents, of course, they have bred you for a purpose and reason, and they will do anything up their sleeves to harvest the supply out of you. Yeah. They are going to hit you, swear at you, minimize you, guilt trip you, shame you. They are going to do all sorts of things. because you are there to give them return. You are not there to start your own unique life and move on in life. No, you are there to serve them, please them, cater to their needs, and that's it. So what are the peculiar behaviors of narcissistic parents that is extremely damaging for the children? The first is competing for attention. So narcissistic parents may intentionally try to outshine their children in social situation, or even compete with them for attention. And this simply makes it difficult for the child to feel valued and recognized, because every time the narcissistic parent comes in the scene and says to the others, oh, this is nothing, I did more, I suffered more, I have achieved more. Yeah, so the kid is never allowed to be validated by the others. The kid is never allowed you know uh, to feel valued and recognized. Every time the narcissistic parent jumps in the scene and steals the show, and it's almost like a competition. So every time the narcissistic parent sees that the child is being lauded by someone, or the child is being praised by someone, they're going to jump into the scene, and then they are going to steal the show, and they are going to you know tell the others, well, he is nowhere close to what I have gone through. Yeah, so you need to understand, he is where he is because of me. Only because I suffered, only because I sacrificed, he is where he is. All that backhanded compliments. And they will never let you shine. They will never let you get any kind of recognition, validation from the others. Yeah. And this helps them feel good. Yeah, because it's all about them. Yeah. So you are not supposed to be praised. Instead, they are to be praised, they are to be recognized, and they are to be admired. Yeah, because they brought you in this world. Yeah. So all your hardship, all your hard work, all the challenges you have faced and gone through, and if you reach somewhere, or if you achieve something, and if people are praising you and lauding you, narcissistic parents are not going to sit there and keep their mouth shut. Yeah, instead they are going to come in and steal the show. Yeah, so it's almost like a competition. They don't want you to be seen and heard by the others. They don't want you to be recognized and validated by the others. All that attention, admiration, good thing is just for them. Yeah, and not for their children. The other peculiar behavior of narcissistic parents, which is very damaging for their children, is that narcissistic parents live vicariously through their children. Yeah. So they may in a way project their own unfulfilled dreams and desire and goals on their children, and they will keep pressurizing their children. Yeah. To achieve those goals and those targets. Yeah, on behalf of the narcissistic parent. The kids are not allowed to have their own independent goals and choices. The kid simply has to fulfill and accomplish the goals of narcissistic parent. Yeah, the kid is like a helper, the kid is like a worker. Yeah, for the narcissistic parent. So the kid cannot have their own independent goals. The kid is not allowed to have anything of their own. Yeah, they have to simply be a part of the narcissistic parents goal, dreams, and desire. They cannot have their own independent goals, dreams, and desire. And in a way, living vicariously through their children stunts the kid's growth. The kid is unable to develop a sense of self. The kid is unable to explore his weaknesses and strength. Yeah, the kid is just like a worker, like a servant, helping the narcissistic parent accomplish his goals, dreams, and desire. Yeah, the kid is not allowed to have a life of their own. Yeah, the kid simply has to do the things that pleases the narcissistic parent. The kid has to help the narcissistic parent achieve their goals, dreams, and desire. That's it. Yeah, they have to betray their own goals, dreams, and desire, and prioritize the narcissistic parents goals, dreams, and desire. And this, in a way, makes the child feel and believe that their goal, their feeling, their emotion is of no value and importance. Yeah, uh, they need to mute, they need to numb all of that, and simply, play along with the narcissistic parent. Prioritize the narcissistic parent's dreams, desire, and goals, and betray their own goals, dreams, and aspiration. So it's very damaging in narcissistic families. You are just not allowed to be yourself. You have to be the version that serves them. No wonder authenticity is something which enrages the narcissistic parent. Yeah, so they will do anything and everything in their capacity to crush your authentic self, to keep you away from discovering your authentic self. Your life is all about them. Your life is all about doing things for them. You are not supposed to have a life of your own choice, preference, and liking. The other peculiar behavior of narcissistic parent, which is very damaging for the children, is when these narcissistic parents use gifts and favors as manipulation. So narcissistic parents are going to buy you gifts, and they are going to do favors, and this is basically to manipulate you. They will do things for you, and you will of course feel good, and then you will comply. But the moment they will see that you are unable to do things their way, or the moment they see you are not up to the mark, they are going to guilt trip you, and they are going to make you feel miserable. They're going to tell you, I never hesitated in getting that for you. I never hesitated in getting this for you, despite of all the challenges, all the problems. I got you this, I got you there, and I sent you to this school, I sent you to that school, I gave you this gift, I gave you that vacation. They are going to keep a track record of everything they do for you, and this is basically to keep you reminded and to keep guilt tripping you. Yeah, so any kind of favor they do for you, or any kind of gifts that they give you, it is only to be used later to guilt trip you. Yeah, because they want reasons, yeah, to shame you. They want reasons to guilt trip you. And how do they do that? Of course, by giving you gifts. Yeah, so this is basically to buy you. This is basically to manipulate you into complying. And every time you fail to give them what they want out of you, they are going to guilt trip you and keep you reminded. Remember, I did this for you. Remember, I gave you this. Remember, I gave you this much money. And look, you are unable to do this much for me. Is this what I deserve? I mean, how can you, be so worthless? I mean, you are simply, least interested in, doing things for me. So narcissistic parents have a lot of tricks up their sleeve, yeah, to, trap, control, manipulate, and, keep their kids on hook. The other peculiar behavior of narcissistic parent, which is very damaging for the children, is creating a false sense of dependency. So narcissistic parents may intentionally sabotage their children's effort to become independent. I mean, they will not allow the kid to become independent in the first place. And this is basically to keep the child somewhat hooked and dependent on them. Yeah, so either emotionally or financially. Narcissistic parents really don't want their kids to be 100% independent. Yeah, they want strings attached. So narcissistic parents might gaslight you. Well, you can never do things right, this is not done this way, this is the right way. No wonder you can never do things right. No wonder you are unable to take care of yourself. No wonder you don't care for your health, and this and that. All that manipulation wrapped in care and concern is going to be thrown at you. So narcissistic parents are going to do their level best to keep you away from being independent. But if somehow you become independent, they are going to keep on gaslighting you, they are going to keep on manipulating you. Yeah, and this is basically to keep you on hook. This is basically to keep you dependent on them. So if you make some decisions, if you do things your way, they are going to tell you, well, this is not good for you, you shouldn't do it this way, you should have done that investment, you shouldn't be friend with this. They will keep on poking their nose under the guise of love, care, and concern and affection. and all of it is basically to keep you away from the others, keep you away, from the rest of the world, and just be dependent on them. They don't want you to have healthy validation elsewhere. Yeah, they want you to be dependent on them for their validation. Yeah, so they will project as if the world is a bad place and they are the only saviors. And what this does is, this in a way trains you to become their rescuer. Yeah, so narcissistic parents are very smart, and it's all about them. Yeah, they are smart for themselves, and they are extremely damaging for the others, whether it is their spouse, friends, their children. The next peculiar behavior that is very damaging for the children is turning ordinary activities into competitions. Even mundane activities like family outings, game nights, can become a competition and battleground, where narcissistic parents must win and be the center of attention, turning enjoyable moments into stressful experiences for the child. Yeah, because it's all about I, me, myself. Yeah, you cannot do good. You are not allowed to do the best you can. Yeah, because you have to make them feel good. Yeah, it's almost like walking on eggshells. So any kind of family activity or outing, cannot steal the show. You cannot do good. You cannot win. You cannot be the best. You have to uh, be the last one. You have to be the loser. You have to be the one who's not as good as the narcissistic parent. Because if you outperform, if you do well, if all that attention is on you, you know what comes next. Yeah, you are going to cause narcissistic injury to your narcissistic parent. So the kids simply comply and simply let the narcissistic parent be the showstopper. Kids in a way dim or shun their own light. Yeah, they don't do well in games. They don't perform well. They don't want to be the center of attention, yeah, in any of those family outings or gatherings. Because if they are, they know what is going to happen to them. Yeah, because if they get attention and validation from the others, that is something which is going to cause the narcissistic parent narcissistic injury, and then the narcissistic parent is going to throw narcissistic rage at the children. So the child knows that let me not outperform myself, let me just play along, and let me do anything and everything to please the narcissistic parent. Yeah, so this conditioning happens from childhood. Yeah, where they are trained not to outperform in the presence of narcissistic parent. Yeah, the narcissistic parent is the king and the queen. The narcissistic parent is the best person on this planet, the best sportsman, the best musician, the best singer, the best artist. Yeah, you cannot be a good one in front of them. Yeah, because that hurts them. And we are trained not to hurt their ego. We are trained to betray our own self. We are trained to simply keep making them feel good as a parent. Yeah, do anything and everything in our capacity to make them feel good. Yeah, and sacrifice our happiness. The other peculiar behavior of narcissistic parents that is very damaging for the children is monopolizing achievement. So they are never going to let you feel good about your achievements. Yeah, they're going to give backhanded compliments, and then they are going to tell you, well, you are where you are because of me. Only because I did this, you are where you are. Yeah, so they are not going to let you feel good. They are not going to let you enjoy your success and victory. Yeah, instead they're going to give you backhanded compliments, and they are going to keep you reminded. Yeah, they are not going to laud you, or they are not going to validate the challenges and the things you faced reaching wherever you are. Yeah, they are not going to let you feel good about all the hard work you have done. Yeah, So, narcissistic parents are, sick individuals, and trust me, everything they do for you is in a way damaging. Yeah. So if they put you in good school, it is, because they want to be seen as a good parent. Yeah. They want all of that to reflect them as a good parent. They did not put you in good school because they want you to have a bright and a good future. Yeah. If they give you good clothes, it's not because they want you to feel good in good clothes. They want to be seen as good parent who is very concerned and who takes care of the child. Yeah, so it is all about them. And we grew up believing that they genuinely love us. But when we have this awakening and awareness, we realize that all that life was based on lie. We were simply misunderstanding crumbs for love. Yeah. So narcissistic parents are big time into monopolizing, achievements, and they will never, let you have, or let you develop this sense of individual achievement. Yeah, you will never be allowed to feel good, for becoming successful or for achieving things. Yeah, you will never be, lauded, and you will never be, appreciated for the hard work that you have put in. Yeah, these struggles, that you went through. Yeah, you will never be appreciated, and you will never be, validated for all of that. Instead, they are going to steal the show, and they're going to tell you you are successful only because of me. Yeah, and if they have done nothing, then they are going to tell you, well, you are only successful because I gave birth to you. Yeah, that's the reason you are successful. If I wouldn't have given birth to you, you wouldn't have been successful. Now, these kind of statements are from those low grade narcissists. The mid range and the high range ones use other things, but these low grade ones, they have nothing else, apart from conceiving and breeding and manipulating them and training them to be a better slave. So the low grade ones are going to tell you, well, only because I gave birth to you, only because I decided to have a child and bring you in this world, you are where you are. Yeah, so it's because of me. You shouldn't thank yourself or thank your teachers or thank the others. Yeah, instead you should thank me. Yeah, so I mean, I have got no words. I mean, they are sick individuals. The other peculiar behavior of narcissistic parent, which is very damaging for the children, is invading privacy. So narcissistic parents may invade their children's privacy by snooping through their belongings, reading their diaries, secret letters, journal, or listening on in their private conversation. And what this does is it erodes trust and boundaries. Yeah, the kid feels very vulnerable. The kid feels miserable. Yeah, because there is nothing private at home. Yeah, narcissistic parents are everywhere. They are going to go through your books, they are going to go through your journal, they are going to listen to your conversation, they are going to eavesdrop here and there, they are going to be everywhere. You really have nothing personal. Yeah, there is no privacy. Yeah, they do all of this because they have this extreme sense of entitlement, and uh, they are unable to respect others boundaries. They want boundaries for themselves, but when it comes to their supply source, there is no boundary. Yeah, they can do the dirty dance, they can run all over you, they can violate your privacy and boundary, and that's it. Yeah, and you have to keep your mouth shut and you just have to play along. Yeah, but if you are capable, if you are independent, you can just go no contact. But if you're in a way dependent on them, don't expect them to respect your boundaries and your privacy. Yeah, because they are the entitled ones. They can have privacy and boundaries and not you. Yeah, so invading privacy is another damaging behavior of narcissistic parent, that damages the children. with this invading privacy, the kids are unable to understand, boundaries. The kids are unable to uphold, healthy boundaries. Yeah, because they were treated like doormat since childhood. Yeah, so when they become adult, they are just like open book. There is nothing, private and personal. They really don't know what boundary is, because every time they tried, upholding boundaries, or they tried, demanding privacy, they were shamed, guilt tripped, and narcissistic parents, simply, run all over you. They really don't care about your privacy and boundaries. And as a result of which, the kids are unable to, enforce boundaries. The kids are unable to develop and establish healthy boundaries, with the others as well. Yeah, because they are used to being open book. They are used to, being, run all over. So, it is very damaging. Yeah? The other peculiar behavior of narcissistic parent that is very damaging for the child is favoritism and scapegoat. So the one who is obedient, the one, who's on the side of the narcissistic parent, I mean, the golden child, gets all the good stuff, all the attention, validation, admiration, yeah. And, the one who tries, to do things his way or her way, they are scapegoated, yeah. So, children are not equal for narcissistic parents. Children are, slaves. One can be extremely dedicated, devoted. The other can be less dedicated, less devoted. And, the others can be, invisible, or, the others can just be there. Yeah. So, narcissistic parents, view their kids, in a grade form. Yeah. The ones, from whom they can have quality return, that is of course the golden child. Yeah. But, from those whom they cannot, uh, cultivate supply, or from whom they cannot cultivate good quality supply, they will be scapegoated. They will be the invisible child, the lost child. So, this favoritism and scapegoating is also a very, big factor in narcissistic families, because of which, there is nothing healthy. Yeah, the kids are in competition with each other. Mom loves my brother more than me. Yeah, and this is not how it should be in families. Yeah, for, I mean, parents, every kid is the same. I mean, uh, their love should not be conditional. Their love should be unconditional and equal for all of them. Yeah, all are my children and I love all of them. Yeah, I will not have a favorite one, the least favorite one, the scapegoat, the invisible child. I will not do all of that. For me, all are my child and I love all of them. But in narcissistic family, they are into, pick and choose. Yeah, the one they see, can get them more, that becomes their favorite child. Yeah, and the ones, who they see might not be able to give them what they want, or might not be able to, give them the quality supply, then they, treat that child differently. Yeah, so narcissistic parents fail to treat all their children equally and love their children equally. Yeah, and this is because they bred you for a purpose and reason. Yeah, so it's all about supply. Wherever they can cultivate the quality supply, that one is going to be the favorite one. Where they see that the supply is less, plus, the child is a rebel, the child is into doing things his way or her way, asks questions, refuses, denies, dismisses, and, does things his or her way, then that child is, of course, scapegoated. So, it's a kind of a competition in the family. All kids are, each other's rival. Everyone is, fighting, and overdoing things, for the parents' love and affection. It's almost like a competition. Yeah, all kids are, just, doing things to please the narcissistic parent. And the last peculiar behavior of narcissistic parent that is very damaging for the children is emotional roller coaster. So, nothing is stable in narcissistic families. I mean, narcissistic parents, can subject their children to unpredictable, mood swings and, emotional outbursts. And, this makes it very difficult for the child to feel secure or stable in their relationship with their parent. Yeah. Narcissistic parents are never going to be stable. If they're going to treat you right, all of a sudden they'll, start hitting you, abusing you, thrashing you, ignoring you, giving you silent treatment. And the kid is confused. Narcissistic parents are doing what they are best in. Yeah, all of this is basically to keep the child confused and keep the child on hook. Yeah, all of this is basically to make the child crave, their love and attention. But for children, it's horrible. Children are unable to develop, healthy attachment styles. Everything is so unpredictable. They feel, not safe. They don't feel, stable with their parent. Yeah, and as a result of which, these children, grow up with the anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style. And they suffer a lot when they grow up to be adult. Yeah, so this emotional roller coaster is also, one of the most damaging things that we get to see in narcissistic families. And narcissistic parents, do this, because they want to starve the child. Yeah, only when the child is starved of all that love, attention and affection, the child is going to comply. The child, will be easy to mold. Yeah, and they are doing it, to manipulate the child. They are doing it to have better control. They are doing it, so that the child can, comply and, keep playing along. But what all of this, emotional roller coaster does to the child is, far more damaging. Yeah, it is simply stunting their growth. The child is unable to develop a secure attachment style. The child, is unable to feel safe with the narcissistic parent. And as a result of which, the child, keeps getting into toxic relationship, keeps attracting, toxic individuals, and has higher tolerance towards abuse and disrespect. So yes, these were a couple of, peculiar things that narcissistic parents do. I mean, that's who they are, that's a part of their personality. But all of these peculiar behavior and things are damaging for the children, and the kids are scarred for life. So yes, in case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.